everybody.
Hey.
Greetings. Happy Masturbation Monday.
Masturbation.
I'm Elle.
Jacklyn.
I'm Levi Elmore.
Our special guest. Yay.
Yes.
And as you can see, we are missing somebody today. Our friend Sandra had to work, so
Yes,
we're giving her a
congratulations
shout
on the
out.
new job.
Yep,
Yeah,
new
for
job.
sure.
With that comes
New responsibility.
Yep,
So
and-
we want to let her know she's dearly missed.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Levi.
we did introductions.
Yes, we did introductions. And so actually I do have I'm glad that you came on today because we've been trying to get you on
Yes.
For a
forever.
while.
I know.
And how do I, really quick, before I make my announcement, how do I do that?
If it's not giving you the option, I don't know how.
Okay. Well, I am
I'm gonna call that quits.
Yeah, I'm going to put the laptop away. I do have a special announcement. Today is actually my last day, our last show. I, especially after this weekend on Saturday, after Saturday, some of you guys saw this, but I am running for U.S. Congress in the 5th District. So I am shifting my focus full time to my campaign, which I need to kick off. And so it's only appropriate and only fair because my time is, it's going to be occupied. So it's been an absolute pleasure because this vision was Jacklyn's,
Oh, honey.
hers hands
Oh.
down, and she's done an amazing job with it. And I've just absolutely been honored to be
Oh,
on
stop it,
your
you're-
show
wait,
because
you're making me go
it's so much
cry.
fun. And I will obviously continue
Oh yeah.
to tune in. And if and when we have time, I know I'm welcome to stop by anytime.
Absolutely.
But
The door is always open.
yeah, but I do live on the north side and it is quite a drive. And so it's been absolutely fun. And I cannot think of any better guest to,
It's great.
I'm ending on a high note. So it's
Hell
just,
yeah.
And vote for her.
well, if you're in
Show
the
up
5th District,
and you're
which
in
is
the
very
district.
large.
Vote for her.
Yes, it's Ellen, but I go by Ellen Kizik, but it's L. So,
Yeah.
and that's actually on the ballot. I did
Awesome.
because you do Ellen
Oh, that's cool.
and then in parentheses L Kizik because it's a double palindrome.
Yeah.
So
we like
I'm
that.
representing. But moving on.
We're gonna
So
miss
Levi,
you.
thank you. Levi,
Yeah.
please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes.
Well, we actually start the show
Oh,
Oh.
the same
with
way
the
every time.
3 questions.
We draw 3 random
Oh
questions.
yes, I
And
did
you know the
that
rules.
beforehand.
You know the rules. So,
So pick whichever one. And
you
read
want to
it.
read out loud?
Yeah. Let's just start with a fun one. What is the worst experience you ever had involving alcohol?
Do tell.
Pretty common.
Well,
This is
my
gonna be good.
in my day. So, there's a few. It was probably I don't know if it would be worst, but it's definitely one where I was just like, it's the time where you wake up the next day and you're like, I'm never drinking ever again.
Okay,
It's
the
one of
lead up to
those.
this means this is gonna be good.
It was my one of my first times really like drinking.
Okay.
It was, I didn't really party in college. I waited until after I graduated
Right.
to actually like
Good
get into my
idea.
party phase. Like before that, I would just be like sitting at home, like I'd have a drink, play some Mario Kart, and just like chill out at home. And one of my friends was like, "We are gonna take you out. We're gonna like,
We're gonna paint the town.
Basically,
Oh,
yeah,
God.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
And we started at my friend's apartment. My friends lived above a bar
Okay.
at the time. They had one of those like
Access.
above bar apartments. We drank in their apartment. We didn't even make it down to the bar.
Oh Lord, that's
So,
a good night.
And I feel like I'm cheating a little because this story is also kind of in my stand-up.
Mhm.
But one of my friends had this. It was like the sweet tart vodka,
Okay.
and she said if you take a shot of it and you mix it with water, it tastes like a Propel. And it was like a Propel, in the fact that it propelled my stupid ass straight into the pucosphere.
Oh.
All the while, my other friend decided it would be a good idea to chug an entire jar of peanut butter and jelly moonshine. So she got very
Oh,
sick.
I don't-
We ended up having to drive, like,
Oh.
my friend drove the other friend, like, in her car back, and she lived in Brazil. So we're talking like a
Brazil, yeah.
35-minute drive from, like, downtown Terre Haute.
Uh-huh.
And then, like, got in the car. I end up throwing up in the back of my friend's car
Oh my
on our way
God.
back
That's terrible.
into a plastic
Oh, well,
bag from the
Okay, well,
mall,
that's not so
Yeah.
bad.
and that we just kind of like tossed out when we got back. And I was like, is this what they mean by puke and rally? And my friends go, there's no such rally for you.
There is no rally.
It's not puke and rally. It's puke and you're outie. Sorry, bud.
1, 2, 3 out.
So that was probably the worst experience because I ended up crying in my bathtub.
Oh.
And then I was like, I'm never drinking again. This is awful. I just wanted a good night out. And then, so I've had, I drink still, because you gotta forget those moments.
Yeah, but you're responsible. We've hung
I
out
am,
with you as
yeah.
always, and you're fun. And,
If I'm ever gonna
but-
get like that, I always have a DD. Always.
Oh,
Of course.
absolutely.
Yes,
Safety
yes.
first.
Yep.
I don't mess with that. I like my car, my life way too much.
Yeah.
Your bank
So,
account.
and my
Lyft
bank
or
account,
Uber.
and a little bit of everything else. So, but yeah, that's probably the worst experience. That's probably the worst experience. Sweet tart vodka and water, never again. Never, ever again. It's right up there with something called a snowshoe. I don't know if you ever
There's
heard
a
of it.
snowshoe,
What is it?
please.
It's a mixture. Basically, you just mix. It's equal parts tequila and rumplements,
Ooh.
and it's about as bad an idea as you would expect.
That sounds like it would.
Horrific.
Imagine if that came back up. That would burn.
Oh.
It would. And luckily, the one time I tried it, it didn't. But I bet it probably could have if I did two.
Woo.
It's
Boy.
that was a good. That's right up there with the night before Thanksgiving
Okay,
a
please.
couple years ago. Sorry,
Keep
just to
going.
keep
No,
this,
keep
like,
going. We
on.
wanna know.
We
We
I
wanna
promise.
see.
I promise I'm not like a lush or anything.
No, but this is
Uh,
us getting to know you exactly, and the other.
And so there's a bar that's right across the street from my house
Mhm.
in Terre Haute. We kind of talked about it briefly,
Mhm.
and they had a little pre-Thanksgiving party a couple years ago,
Okay.
and I went over there and they had like Jello shots and they had all the kind of different drink specials.
Yeah, that's the kind of birthday or Thanksgiving I want to go
Yeah.
to.
And it was the night before Thanksgiving, so we're there like do some Jello shots. My grandpa just passed
Hello,
like
Lance. Hello, Nick.
previously.
Hello, Jacob.
Hey,
Nick,
hey,
everybody.
sorry,
Yeah,
I'm just
sorry.
here pontificating.
I just keep staring at the cone,
I
so I
know.
forget to look at the
I know they're. I keep.
My eyes are up here, Elle.
I'm guilty of it too.
It's just you wear it
Look
so
at
well.
them.
So
I can't
date
help it. Yeah, I
night
feel it.
before Thanksgiving.
Night before
Do
Thanksgiving, so I do. This is why this is gonna have to come off. I'm just slapping it. For the audio listeners, I'm wearing a coconut bra, and it's getting a probably pretty good reaction, I would say.
Yep.
So my cousin and I.
There's no nipple tweak.
I
Sorry.
know.
Sorry,
It's
I'm
so
just-
sweaty.
You can pretend
Yeah.
it is, and so my cousin and I had a couple Jello shots, and then
Hi, Terry.
we did a shot of Jack Daniels.
Ooh.
And then my other friend, who was one of the bartenders, talked me into doing a couple of Jaeger bombs. And it basically
Boy.
resulted in my cousin carrying me across the street back to my house.
Oh no.
And then I went to Thanksgiving very hungover. And I remember, I will never forget this till my dying day. I said, Grandma, I'm so sorry. I love you. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm so hungover. And she gave me a kiss on the forehead and said, you're just like your grandfather. Go get some turkey.
That's great.
So that
Grandma rocks.
that wasn't a bad experience.
Grandma.
My-
Yes.
my-
we love our grandparents.
My grandparents, they know what it's like. My grandma definitely knows. Let's see.
Yes, Nick,
Nick, I-
aka Nikki,
I took his dress back.
wore
Oh.
this. I'm sorry to
That's
say, but
Where
Jacklyn,
I was like, I've seen that dress
Jacklyn,
before.
I was
looks
just showing everybody
so gorgeous.
How to
in
wear
it.
it right.
Yes. Well, I mean, you fill it well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Stop looking at my
Continue.
tits. My face
Yeah,
up
fuck
here.
you.
Oh, well, hey, I'm just returning the favor, Donna.
Exactly. Exactly.
If you could commit one crime and not get caught, what would you do? Robbing a bank because we got to get that bread, gamers.
Yeah.
Right? He's like,
Yeah.
what?
Why would you not? If you could commit any, what am I going to do? Oh, I'm going to murder somebody. No, I'm going to get some
forget
money.
The bank. You know what? If I could get away with it, I'm gonna go.
I think.
I'm gonna rob the gold reserve.
I was about to actually, yeah, if it's any
that,
crime.
go big.
Go big.
Go big.
I mean, if you're gonna do
That's-
it,
That's
Yeah.
true. That's the thing that I never got with like The Purge, where it's like, it's The Purge, everything's legal, we're just gonna murder everybody. It's like I get it's like a horror movie or whatever,
Yeah.
but at the same time,
You want to
it's
be
like,
part of that team that's like, okay, we
It's
have
like-
the blueprints,
Yeah.
and we're gonna go ahead and go in on that night. They never show those people.
because it's like, oh, it's all the murder and the. What kind of cactus are you?
That's my question. I would like to know. I just recently started asking people that, or like
nuts
type
go on
of
the
cactus.
inside,
Nuts go-
dude. The nuts
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They do. Yeah. Well, so like, just describe it. You don't need to know. I
I
don't
was
even
gonna
know.
say,
What
I
type.
don't know.
I don't say I don't know
The
the
prickly kind?
That's a very common one.
Yeah,
And-
I don't know the different names of.
No, not the names, but
Cacti.
describe of what it looks
Describe
like.
it. It's very cactusy.
Is it tall, big, or small?
Well,
Like
I feel like you're asking me to describe something else.
you're blushing.
Listen, it's not hard, okay? It's not difficult
It's not
to
hard.
make me blush.
Well, thank you for
Ha
telling
ha ha ha
us.
ha 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 ha. It's a half mast. So
Punch the president.
Punch the- I mean-
Oh, I guess you could do that.
Would you if you were a cactus?
If
would
I
you
were
have
a cactus,
flowers, or would
I
you
would
just
probably
be a
have
regular?
one nice like pink flower on the top. Yeah, I'd be one of those boys where it's like field goal.
Nice.
And then
Yes.
it would be in like the background of like the Three Amigos while Martin Short is singing. I guess.
Perfect.
So,
Yes,
and,
there we go.
There. What kind of
Nice.
cactus? That's a thinker. That's not one that I feel like that's one that like when you're filling out your profile on OkCupid.
Yeah, it
Oh,
should
it's
ask.
like, what kind of cactus are you?
Well,
and
I
we're
mean,
gonna
if-
match you up with
Yeah.
similar
With
cacti.
Cactus. Yeah, cacti.
Cactus.
Well, I mean, I ask people what their spirit animal is or
Mhm.
whatnot. So I figured, what?
I would be a
No,
cactus.
Vaughn, we're not punching it. What?
Stop looking
I can't
instead.
help it, Pon. I mean,
You would do the same thing, Pon.
Right.
Watching you.
birthday,
Mr.
President.
Oh,
That didn't happen.
that was a good save.
Y'all have seen nothing. All right, this is coming
okay,
on.
I'm
It's too
sorry.
powerful.
I admit it.
It's too powerful.
Yes, I know.
No,
I totally roofied your.
It's too powerful.
that's okay. That was a good save.
That's
Thank
called
you.
Levi forgot that physics are a
Super
thing.
I
Yeah.
mean, physics
I'm
is
so
a
worried. I
very
was like,
good-
If you
like,
want to
I'm
get
blue.
close to me, just scoot over. I mean, you don't need to like fall into my lap.
Lean
I mean, where's the fun in that?
and-
Lean. Okay. Anyway,
Anyway, hi, I'm here.
deal.
All right. Well,
We're gonna get to the end and be like, Levi
Yeah.
was never invited on this podcast ever again. Be like, great, I ruined everything.
So, how'd you get?
yeah, comedy.
How'd you get a comedy?
How did I get into comedy? That's a good question because it's what we're about. So I don't know. Ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to do comedy. It's people avoid like the question that I hate answering is when people are like, "How did you get over your nerves when you first started doing comedy?" And I'm like,
Mhm.
I just kept doing it. Honestly, like
Yeah.
it's really just the more you do it, the better
Mhm.
the experience is going to be. But ever since I was little, I love making people laugh. That's how I got the attention. That's that good.
Right.
That
Class
just
clown, huh?
that. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really the class clown because I cried all the time in school.
Oh.
But
Really?
outside of school, I was making people laugh. But yeah, I grew up watching, Fozzie Bear and the Jim Carrey movies. My first movie I ever called my favorite movie was The Mask.
Mhm.
And that's who I wanted to be. And I knew like I liked making people laugh, and that's just what I wanted to do. And then I started writing jokes when I was a senior in high school. I wrote like 2 or 3 jokes. I was in a battle of the bands where
Oh,
we
okay.
actually had
Really?
a little like ska band.
Cool. What did you
Um,
play? Or did
I
you sing?
played the trombone
Whoa,
because that's what I
perfect
played in
for it.
band. My friend Bethany was our singer. We had a couple other band kids. We did a cover. We did the Real Big Fish cover of "Take on Me" by Aha.
That's
Oh,
So we
nice.
did that version.
Man, that's
And
good. I wanna
We
hear
were a
version
band
of
for
that.
all of one day because it was just for that. It was a fundraiser for the Humane
Oh,
Shelter,
cool.
for the Humane Society in
Oh,
Terre
that's
Haute.
awesome.
Fun.
And
Yeah.
they were tallying the votes, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're taking some while like tallying the votes of like who won with like the audience participation or audience choice."
Right.
And they was just dead silence. It was just dead time. And one of my friends was like, "I want to hear some jokes. Levi, get up there." And my other friend was like, "Yeah, I want to hear some jokes. Get up there." So I went up and I told a whole 2 jokes. One of them is actually still in my set to this day. It's
Mhm.
been extremely streamlined
Mhm.
because obviously I was 18 and now I'm almost 27.
Mhm.
So, and it's the one I do with like the Girl Scout cookies, and it's like it's all in like Walmart. It's like SEAL Team 6, and they're throwing them like ninja stars. It's a really like
Nice.
weird way of putting that, but come to
It
comedy,
works.
you might
Yep,
see me do it.
does, yeah.
And there was another one that I did where I wanted to make my own version of Mortal Kombat called
Mhm.
Moral Kombat instead
Moral
of bloody
Moral Kombat?
fatalities. It was
Okay.
just a teenager deciding whether or not he was going to give in to peer pressure and underage drink. So
Interesting.
press the X button to smoke. So, and that's basically just what I did. And then after I graduated, I did an open mic at just a local like music venue that was in town, and then a local coffee shop, and then just kind of blossomed
So how long have you been doing
into
it?
that. So
Yeah.
I've been doing comedy total, I would say, since the actual first time I got a legitimate show. I was 19. So yeah, we're talking like 8 years.
Wow,
It's
that's
just
a
I'm not-
long time.
I'm not big because I never really left Terre Haute
Yep.
and did comedy until I
happens.
started going to like Bears plays.
Mhm.
Well,
and
Bears is
Wilmington.
fun too.
I
We
love
like-
Bears.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I've been wanting to branch out to like indie and do some more of that. It's mostly just getting there. I mean, people are like, why don't you do it? It's like,
Well, the drive.
It is a
it's
drive.
literally,
No.
yeah, it's just like getting me out.
Yeah.
of the
'Cause it
house.
takes us
That
what-
makes perfect sense.
Okay,
And
it takes
anybody
45 minutes from my house to,
Yeah.
and I am like 20
Yeah.
minutes
I
outside.
so
of Indy.
the people that like say, but oh, you can drive like the hour and a half.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not cool. Like we totally understand. Like
Yeah,
it's not realistic
And that's
or
the thing.
practical to.
So is that how
Yeah.
you come up with Hollies?
pretty much. I mean,
Yeah.
we did a few shows at Tolly's, and then the owner was interested in doing an open mic. And our original host was George White, and then he moved to Vegas, and then I just kind of took over
Nice.
the open mic duties. We did that. We do one once a month at the
Mhm.
Verve, which is a
Oh.
kind of like a collegey bar in downtown
Okay.
Terre Haute.
So
That's
that,
where a
the
lot of us
Verve.
got our start.
Yeah.
So I need to point out that you told us that you've been trying to get pussy, and we wanted to let you know we brought you in some pussy.
she got
you.
out. Chloe got out.
So
I am a
yeah.
pussy magnet, just not the kind that I want. Delicious cats.
So we thought you would like that. Anyway,
Do you have any shows coming up, or still just well? You're on vacation now.
I'm on
and
vacation
so
right now. I'm
much deserved.
Thank you. Yes.
It's fun following you on Facebook and seeing everywhere that you're at and what you're doing. It's
Right.
a staycation,
It
but
is.
it's still a vacation.
Exactly.
Mhm.
This is the
Loves
most I've
it.
gotten out of town
Good.
on a vacation in a while.
that's terrible.
It's all
It
right.
is. It's the worst. But thank you for being a vacation destination for me.
I am.
we're-
We are.
Oh
you know
yeah,
what?
we're
That's
honored.
great.
We're
You're the
absolutely
Carnival
just-
Cruise of podcasts.
Thank you. You
That's
should use
great.
that. There you go. You are the carnival.
There you go.
Y'all are freaking making me all like crazy and stuff. So I just want to point out, quit
Yes.
petting the pussy, man. She keep coming back.
She loves the.
Look,
Oh.
all right, I'm a simple man. I see a cat, I pet the cat. Like,
You can't not say no to fun, furry, soft.
that's why I'm gonna
things.
be. That's why I'm gonna die in a zoo one day.
You're gonna
Are
die.
you?
I'm gonna
twice.
die in a zoo, yeah, because I'm gonna
Want to
Well,
pet like
I'm
the
gonna
most.
I'm gonna fall into the
That's a-
tiger pit and be like,
I know I'm placed to want to.
No,
It's like, are you destined to be taken out by a lion?
I'm just gonna fall in, and instead of being like, get me out of here, I'm gonna be like, kitty. And then,
What are you gonna tie a stake around your neck?
yeah,
okay, he is a piece of me.
Well, I guess if
I
you're gonna
mean-
go out, that would do it.
yeah, I know. It's gonna be Harambe Part 2.
Hey, Simba.
Pour one out for my boy.
Hey,
Yo,
everybody.
Samba Patrick.
Lucas, yeah,
Lucas.
everybody is just kind of popping in and out.
Yeah.
One of our fellow comedians, it's his birthday today. Samson.
It is Samson's birthday
It
today.
is.
Oh,
so
hey.
happy birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday.
He was
Samson.
on last week, so we should acknowledge that since he was here.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I've been like here for
I
like,
thought you
over
were
an
gonna bring
hour.
cupcakes, dude. Can I tell you how disappointed I was when neither one of these
I
showed up?
don't
with
have
cupcakes?
telepathy.
And that way we could eat them online
Yeah.
and then say, "Ha, well, we got them for you, but they tasted, yeah."
Oh,
Yeah.
I will bake my famous banana bread where I actually put real vanilla bean
Ooh.
in it. So
Banana
Like
bread.
crunchy, or
At
like
work.
That's right.
the what
It's
do
a
you
meme. Sorry.
banana bread?
It's a meme.
There's a meme. It's this guy. Like it became it's a viral video, I guess. It's
Yeah.
this guy just in his
I've
car,
not seen it.
and he's just like, "There's a lot of bad things in the world, bro." And it's just like, hell no. But when someone brings banana bread at work, hell yes,
Yes.
dude. Like my mom always said, good things come to those who wait. And I waited, and I got banana bread at work, dude. Hell yeah. So
That
whenever
sounds
somebody,
great.
My
whenever someone
banana
brings
bread's
up,
that epic.
whenever someone brings up banana bread, I'm always just like, banana bread at work.
That's great.
And play.
And play. Well, yeah.
Yes. And if anybody's ever tried to peel or whatever work with a vanilla bean, anybody use vanilla bean to cook with?
I haven't, but I watch a lot of cooking videos.
Yeah, I had to
and-
YouTube that.
Yeah,
'Cause
Is
I
that-
looked
is that-
at it.
Is that your porn?
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, man. He looks like the kind of guy you put that cheeseburger in front of him and it's an instant
I mean,
erection.
yeah. I don't know if you saw the picture.
I did.
that
That's why I
posted.
said.
My friend and I, we made a burger out of. I have the.
Hey, Sasha.
Oh wow! Hello. Yeah. Sorry. I keep wanting to like acknowledge, but I'm like, am I allowed?
You are.
Um,
You're absolutely doing great.
My friend and I made a burger out of the Bob's Burgers burger book.
Whoa.
And we made the I've created a Munster burger from the
Okay.
Weekend at Moritz
So
episode,
cute.
and it was amazing.
That thing was huge. That's the one you posted a picture of,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
delicious.
bun, lettuce, burger, a slice of Munster, and then sauteed mushrooms, another slice of Munster, sriracha ketchup, top bun.
I just want to say that
My
if a
mouth is
woman can
watering.
take a bite out of that, that's probably the woman that you want to marry.
And there it is.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Just
It
saying.
was good. My friend made shout out to my good buddy Kat. She's a real mensch.
Oh, Kat, well, she's awesome. I like her.
Yeah,
She's awesome.
She's good. She's good people. She
She
made
is.
Oh yeah, I remember Kat.
Mhm.
Yes.
She made some homemade fries with it too,
Nice.
and
How many fries are good?
some Brussels sprouts to go with it.
Oh,
which
wait,
I didn't.
no, you
I didn't
lost me.
think
You
that
lost me.
she started to lose me too. And she said she was making that. I was like, that's dumb. But they got this like nice like crisp to them, and it actually wasn't bad.
Okay.
It's the first time I've eaten Brussels sprouts, and probably the last.
And they weren't that good.
It was a good way to go out for Brussels sprouts.
Speaking,
yeah.
you know
You don't
what's
like
you know what's really odd? What is that one vegetable?
Cauliflower?
No, it's got these little green
Oh, artichoke.
artichoke. Okay, so what was it? I think it was last summer. Never in my life had I eaten an artichoke, right?
Really?
So
Same.
swear to God.
Artichoke and spinach dip.
Okay, well, no, okay, that
That's-
way I've
Okay,
had it,
yeah,
but I've
yeah,
never
yeah.
had like the full thing cooked
Yeah, I've
and
never
served
had
to
the
me.
thing.
So
but
I'm
it's been
sitting
already-
down at this fancy dinner party, and when I say fancy, I'm talking there were like 12 courses,
Okay.
and so
One
they
of those.
yeah.
events.
Oh, so they set this thing down in front of me. I've
You're like-
never eaten it, so they break apart.
Uh-huh.
I took the green leaf and I stuck it
Yeah.
in my mouth, and I'm chewing on it and chewing on it and chewing on it, and I'm like, God, this tastes like I'm chewing on straw.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I didn't know you weren't actually supposed to eat the thing. You were supposed to like pull it out. Yeah.
I've never actually.
I actually
guess I've
swallowed
never-
it. I just
Did
swallowed
you?
Yes, because
I mean, what
Yeah.
can you do? You're at a dinner party.
Right.
You can't spit it out.
Yeah, it's just stuck in work. It was really good one, especially the one guy that was sitting next to me goes, "You're supposed to go like this," and I'm like, "What the fuck? You couldn't have told me that before. I shoved it in my mouth."
It's one of those times where you're like, I'm gonna see how long this lasts.
Oh yeah, you can
And
tell that
then-
was probably pure joy to watch me do that. My ignorance was your wonderful entertainment.
I mean,
You are entertaining.
yeah.
Thanks.
You're
Y'all just
welcome. You're so welcome.
terrible. What did he say?
Oh,
Oh, he's
Definitely.
referring to the
Yeah.
dress.
Yeah.
Everybody's like hooked on the dress. I have other
know.
ones.
I know.
I like the blue because I don't know, it brings up my eyes.
It does
Yes.
absolutely. The baby blue. Oh, now you're gonna remind me of Jared Leto.
I'm
Who?
sorry.
No, my first in-person interview when I used to interview bands in college.
Mhm.
I wrote for Butler and a short time for Nuvo. But in June of 2005, I got to interview Jared Leto in 30
Okay.
Seconds to Mars. And I still have to say, I have never met anybody with more amazing baby blue eyes.
It's like
And so, like, I'm a
Mel
sucker.
Gibson.
back when he
No,
was still
but-
cool, Jared Leto, not like Suicide Squad Joker Jared Leto.
What?
He plays that
Are you
real
hating
well.
on that?
I
He
have.
plays that.
Oh my
real
God, I
So-
love
Really? I think
I
he
love
did.
it.
a
I just
great
think
job.
it's dumb that like with all of like the controversy and everything, where he's like he's getting lost in the role, he's behind the scenes, he's sending dead pigs. He's in the movie for like 15 minutes.
That's a good
Wait,
point.
you're a movie buff then.
I like my comic book movies.
Well, I know everybody knows. Huge Harley Quinn fan here.
Yeah.
Huge. She is. Yep.
Spirit animals.
Yep. I mean,
mentor-
when I step on the
I-
brakes of my car, my brake lights, I swear to God, they say rotten.
yeah,
That's
it took a little while, but
I
I was
really,
like, yeah,
They really do say it.
yeah.
that's cool. I need to check that out
I
next
know,
time.
I know. It's
never,
very
like-
subtle, but I noticed it,
Yeah.
and I was like, that's hot.
Yep. So if you're riding my ass, I tap my brakes, you're seeming rotten.
Yeah.
Do you really still want to keep riding my ass?
Exactly. Safe. You are
Followed
warned.
by on the back of it's like, I don't laugh out loud. I don't give a fuck.
That's
I'll cut you
awesome.
off. No, I'm
strong,
no, I'm just an
confident woman.
I'm just
Yeah.
an aggressive driver.
That's fair.
She's
Yeah,
very
I don't wanna
safe,
push-
though. She is the safest driver.
Well, thank you.
Aggressive,
Good.
but safe.
Aggressive, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
just slightly
she needs to
nudge
be
you out
on
of
the
way.
that's a
race-
good aggressive but safe. That's a good like
Well, because-
stand-up special title.
It is plausible.
Honestly.
I'm saying. So, people, ask some freaking questions.
Oh yeah, this is an interaction, so a give and take, and we would love questions.
What?
Realized I didn't actually share the live stream. I was just like, we're going live at 5, but didn't actually share a link. So my friends probably don't even have the.
That's okay. I'm sorry they will. I mean,
Oh,
put
well.
they'll watch it. They'll watch it on your page.
I'm about to say, if Sam Bob's still here, can we share that with Patty Boy and then send it? I don't know. Patrick's probably doing something. Anyway, they'll watch the VOD. They'll watch the recording.
The VOD.
The VOD. Yeah.
Is that what you got? Because I was always calling it BCast. Everybody thought that was
Bcast.
crazy that I was doing that.
No, I just
because
I
it's
continue
not
to say
really a podcast.
it's a video cast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So, but it's a VOD. Thank you. Now I can use those terms intermittently, and that
Okay.
actually makes logical
and when
sense.
I say
in terms-
BCast, I'm not talking about it's not what I mean.
although today we do have a special activity we're going to
Yes,
Embark
we're
on.
going to save that towards the end of the show.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. I was just checking in because I didn't exactly
Yeah,
find
but
out
We're,
at
we're
what
going to tell you it
point.
has something to do with this.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yes.
learn how to type.
It's
Me
gonna
on.
be.
You're definitely going to want to tune in because you have no idea what I can hang with this. We've got a volunteer from the
Yes.
the unicorn right now. No, I'm
Oh.
kidding. We're not hanging anybody.
No, we like our unicorn.
Hold on.
Unicorn is
She needs. Well, is it a he? I think it's a he.
it's an it.
It's an
Unicorns,
it?
it's an it. It
Well,
is
then-
asexual.
No,
It
it's
is-
got to be okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
unicorns
let me
don't
get
have
your
to be
opinion.
female.
Okay.
Okay, I think it's a guy because you got to blow him.
I didn't get it, but I mean, I didn't like think of that. I can't believe it's so simple, but
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, could you think of blowing a girl? I mean, that's just doesn't work.
Again, S-M-I-C.
He's just
He's
sitting
thinking
there.
about it and
I'm
the
thinking about it.
possibilities,
Yeah.
and this will traumatize you for
So what is your
days to come.
nonsense.
what is your favorite joke? Do you
Like-
have like a go-to one that you love?
Oh, like of my.
Yeah,
jokes?
that like hits them.
Honestly,
Excuse me.
it's that Girl Scout joke. Just
Okay.
because people go because I do this whole thing where I'm like, I love Girl Scout cookies,
Mhm.
which if you look at me from the side profile, is no surprise. But I hate Girl Scouts.
Right.
I don't
are
hate them; they
annoying.
scare me.
They scare,
They scare you?
They're like this little like terrorist cell that get in your brain. I used to work. We
Like
used
a
to have a
Children of the Corn kind of crazy.
kind of yeah.
Okay,
They're like
alright.
little like
I can see that a
insurgents.
little bit.
So we used to have
They do. They tromp on you.
They
right
do.
as you're
We
getting
used
in
to
and
have
out.
a Kmart in Terre Haute.
Mhm.
We used to have Kmart, and I worked there right around the time it got demoted from a super K to a regular K, and now it's just a desolate wasteland. Which, in its defense, is what it was when it was open. So
That's great.
I
Terre
worked there. I
Haute.
worked there in high. I mean, hey man, Kmart, it's a whole thing. You know, it's they're feuding with Walmart. They couldn't cut the mustard. You know, another small business.
You couldn't cut the mustard, but anyway.
Yeah.
So the Girl Scouts.
So the Girl Scouts, they would always, have the whole thing, and you show up, and it's just really just like quiet. It's one of those like disaster war movies where the whole platoon's about to get wiped out, right?
Mhm.
And it's just like it's too quiet. You can like hear your own heart beating, right?
Right.
And
Worse
then
than crickets.
Yeah.
When you hear your own heart beating. Yeah.
and then
Yeah, you're right. That is.
all of a sudden they just like come out of nowhere. They're zip lining down. They're throwing cookies like ninja stars.
They like pop out of a
There's-
trash can.
There's just Samoa shrapnel flying through the air. One of your friends gets tagged in the neck by a tag along. You run around the corner, you matrix dodge 2 Thin Mints, and
I
then
love
one of
the
them
visual.
hits you from back and to the left with the magic mint. That's right. I
Oh,
made a
man.
JFK
I will
assassination
never
joke.
look at a Girl Scout
Fucking
the
see
same
me.
way again.
That's
That's
awesome.
Right, you're
Brilliant.
pressed up against. You're bleeding out. There's pasta sauce everywhere on aisle 6. You don't know what's ragu and what's ragu. All you know, it's just red and there's meat
That's so funny
just
because
everywhere.
I eat both of those brands. And, I'm sorry, I love the play on words. Keep going. Yes.
And
Any other
you're just
food
you're just
involved?
you're just writing a letter to your mom. You know you're not making it home. You're just like, yeah, mother, I'm afraid I shan't be making it home tonight. You're British now.
But that's the only way when you write letters.
Yeah,
You have, yes,
And just
I
like-
definitely have a British
it's just like
voice in my head as I'm writing.
do you want some lemon bars? Just because like I'm here, man, I'm here. So that's just I love the imagery. That's my favorite kind of good. That or when I dedicate a joke to a cute girl in the audience, because singers can always get away with dedicating a song to a cute girl.
Oh,
I can't dedicate a joke. I do because that's the bit.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
But and then I end up doing the splits, and I'm like, so a pony goes into a doctor's office, right?
Mhm.
And I just do this like really hacky, just like and the doctor's like, what seems to be the problem? And I'm like, yeah, girl, So the pony says, well, Doc, I'm a little hoarse. Oh, shit. But I'm like doing the splits full on. So the audience doesn't really even focus on that little joke
Yeah.
Right?
because I'm doing the splits. They're
You
just
can
like,
really do the
freaking-
splits.
Have you ever ripped your pants?
kind of and almost.
That's the only
See,
reason
now,
I asked,
that
'cause
would have
that's-
been comic relief right
And
there.
that's what I always do this like high pitch where it's like, I'm gonna go count my balls. Here's the next comedian. Like,
And then he
Oh
crawls off.
my god. Oh, Levi.
and it's just, I love it because people get freaked out when they see me doing the splits, and I'm just like, it's a half hour a wee fit right here.
Yeah.
So
Well,
like,
yeah, because they're thinking of the things that are like hitting the ground first.
Hey.
Is it a cup? Is that your secret?
Oh, you're wearing a cup.
no, there are no cups here.
Oh, okay. That's imagery that I don't know what to do with.
It's one of a kind, and it's
So-
all you.
We had a catchphase in one of my former places of employment, which was "I'm sorry and you're welcome."
Yeah,
And
I'm
I've
sorry
carried
and
that.
you're
I
welcome?
carried, that's
I've heard that
the
before.
I've never
unofficial
heard that.
motto of the ISU Math and Writing Center.
Oh,
When I was a
makes
tutor, we had this inside joke, and I think my friend like Miranda came up with it, and she was just like, "I'm sorry, but also you're welcome." And then that just kind of became like, whenever we just made like a really groaning, just like kind of a joke,
Right?
I'd be like, "I'm sorry,
But you're welcome.
but you're welcome."
Oh my gosh, that's
Indeed.
craziness.
Yes, you are full of
So are you single?
Yeah.
Hey.
I ain't single.
He is single and he
Ready.
is beyond the cash. So you were saying about dedicating jokes. He's a phenomenal singer. So like phenomenal.
I didn't realize
I-
that until like a year ago because I didn't think I could sing. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously I was a band kid. I played trombone and percussion.
All right.
So-
All right. You play percussion.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
Yeah.
Jacklyn plays percussion too.
Yeah, we were actually talking about that.
Yeah.
I just learned that today, and I've known her for
I was-
several months. I just because you have excellent taste in music, but somehow I don't think so. Actually, you might have
Do
mentioned
you
it
listen to
only.
music?
Oh wait, are you checking out the wall?
Yeah,
I
that's,
got a lot of stuff on the wall.
She's got So that's very very hot. Very
Yes, I do. I play the drums. Most people do not know that. Actually, I don't know.
hot. She's playing more.
that's cool.
I-
Yeah, I
No,
started off.
I think it's cool that you did it.
Yeah, I mean, I started off trombone in middle school band,
Yep.
Mhm.
and my brother was
Why
in
the
band
trombone?
because I wanted to start percussion, and my middle school band teacher was like, "I don't want you just picking up an instrument because your brother played it, because my brother's 3 years older than I am."
Okay.
Aw,
Yeah,
So-
because you wouldn't want to save the parents' money.
I mean,
That's what my mom said.
I know
Exactly.
exactly. That's a horrible.
But also, my mom was like, "Also, I don't want you just being a carbon copy of your brother. So yeah, go for it." And so it was either trumpet or trombone. I wanted to do
Why
something
not the
brassy.
sax or so? I mean,
A
because I'm
lot of
looking at
that-
the trombone kid and I'm going, I don't know about
The
that. Sorry.
the read it. I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm
The
wrong.
read it instruments. I had trouble playing it because you gotta
Reed it.
like bite down like as
Mhm.
in just with. I couldn't get my mouth to do it
See,
right.
what you're saying is you could never give a blowjob.
Nor would I want to.
That's one way to look at it, based on. I mean,
But
American
yeah,
Pie.
I went into
Sorry, yeah.
I went and started playing the trombone. I thought it was funny. It was always a funny instrument to me.
Yeah.
With the slide and
Yeah.
ragtime music, and I loved it. And then after a while, I just kept staying with it. And then in marching band, I had a marching baritone. So it's like a fatter
Mhm.
trumpet or mellophone, not quite a tuba, but
Mhm.
it's basically pretty good size. And my band teacher was like, "Have your brother teach you how to play mallet percussion because you're so small playing that instrument. I'm afraid you're going to die."
Aw.
Because I was tiny, and I got this, my I don't know if you can. My clavicles here are like really weird because
Okay.
have you seen Stranger Things on
Of
Netflix?
course, yeah.
You know Dustin from Stranger
Yes,
Things? I have the
of course.
same bone thing as him.
Oh, that's
So
true.
that's
I
why
see that.
I
know what they're
wanted-
talking about.
It's
It's
called
the kid.
cleidocrinial dysplasia.
Okay.
People that have it's like a genetic bone thing. Sometimes your clavicles don't like connect all the way,
Okay.
or certain like bone things. Sometimes the soft spot on your head doesn't fully hard enough.
Interesting.
I'm glad I missed out on that because this old boy has taken quite a pop to the old noodle in his day. Because my friends are very reckless with when we play basketball. And by friends, I mean my cousin
Mhm.
liked to throw basketballs in my head.
Oh,
So
he
I'm
thought you were
kidding.
the
I'm
basket?
kidding. He didn't.
All right. Trying to get him in trouble. Look at that crap.
So But yeah, so marching with baritone was always hard with like the shoulders and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to mallet percussion, started playing vibraphone for marching band, and then played marimba for indoor drum line.
You know who instruments how to play because I just
other
drum
mixed
set.
percussion and
No,
and
fun.
then trombone for jazz band and basketball band and jazz combo, and then I did jazz combo in college. And because I was like, I don't want to do marching band in college because no, thank you.
No, but you get to travel more.
I was just so, I mean, I was just sick of it.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I graduated high school, I did like every single band thing you could do.
Okay.
That once I graduated, I was just like, never again.
It's exhausting.
I'm
I came from Lawrence Central High School, and my freshman and my senior year, they won nationals. So the band kids at Lawrence Central back in the day were the cool kids, and the drum line.
Mhm.
Let's just say every girl wanted to date the guys that were on the part of the drum line.
I was a choir person, which I know it's hard to believe after you both have heard me sing, but I was in
Believe
choir.
it.
I went to Terre Haute South Vigo High School, and we were happy to be there.
But so I have a lot of respect for band geeks.
Yeah.
I love band geeks.
Love band
And
geeks.
that's-
I like
Yeah,
geeks are cool.
I love musicians.
That's the thing.
Period.
I was in-
Artists, like it doesn't matter.
But that's how like the band has its own like social hierarchy. Like all like the high school like jocks, nerds, stoners,
Oh,
whatever.
right.
All of that exists within a marching band.
Really?
Yeah,
like,
it
I
does.
didn't know that.
It does.
The trumpet
Interesting.
players and like the battery percussion, like the drum line,
Uh-huh.
those were always like the jocks preppy, like the ones that are like, oh, we're the low brass is like basically the Seth Rogen of like they really
I
like if
believe that.
any section I would say is like the stoners.
Yeah.
It would be like the low brass because they were always the. I mean, that's just how it was in my school. But they were always the kids that were just like, yeah, we're just hanging out and just like being chill,
Yeah.
you know. And then you have the flute players, and then there was a mallet percussion, which were like the nerds of the band.
The nerds of nerds.
The mallet.
Mallet percussion.
Oh,
so
like
that's like
you
the
mean
vibraphone,
xylophone,
marimba, xylophone.
okay.
Yeah, it's the pit frontline percussion.
Oh, it's the pit.
So it was called the pit frontline percussion. There's different names for it. That's how it was at my school.
So
I
where
mean,
did the French horn fit in that?
French horn. We didn't really march French horn. That'd be like mellophones.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know,
again.
man. Like, I'm gonna say, I'm like one of my friends can be like, "That's not what it was, Levi." I'd be like, "Well, I haven't talked to you in 5 years, so fuck you." Can we cuss on this?
Can we what?
Oh,
Can we
you're,
curse on
I'm
this?
sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, we didn't even. But yes, it is unscripted. It is
Okay, because I was like, because I did.
and I have absolutely
Everybody
no
asked that
shame
too.
for being like. I love the fact
It's
that
one of
we're
those things where it's just
off the
like,
cuff.
Yes.
I'm glad nobody from my high school is gonna watch this because honestly, they're not cool enough.
Are you sure?
I mean,
No,
Never say never.
the only person who was in a high school marching band with me is probably going to be watching this is a fellow comedian, Nick Moffat.
Oh, okay.
So shout out to my boy, and he would probably disagree with me. He'd be like, "Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. It's
Maybe like
exactly how it was. Oh
So,
my goodness.
What got you into? Give us your best. Have you traveled at all on comedy? Have you done
Yeah.
any
um,
traveling?
Bloomington did a show in Crawfordsville about a year ago. I did a show in Paris, Illinois,
Okay.
to open for a little just like music festival thing.
Oh, that's cool.
But I mean, I just don't travel a lot. I mean, it was a little bit of like an anxiety thing with traveling out of town,
Okay.
which I had been getting over.
Are you afraid the Ninja Girl Scouts are going to take you over?
Yes, actually.
Oh, okay.
You never know.
And then-
They
pop
probably
out.
do have a head on
A
them.
lot of it though is when I was first getting into comedy, and just through college, I had this old like '97 Monte Carlo, and I wouldn't trust that thing to drive in the city of Terre Haute half the time. Great car. My grandpa gave me that car. Like it was
Mhm.
his. It was the first car I ever had.
Mhm.
It was a great car for a good 4 or 5 years that I had it. And then after that, when comedy started ramping up, people were like, "Hey, can you go out of town?" I was like, "No,
Yeah.
because I won't make it
Back.
there
Or
or
there.
back." And then, like, I'd have
somewhere
friends-
I will be stranded.
I'd have friends offer to give me rides too, and I would take a few rides and things, and a little bit of it was like some mild like laziness ish.
Oh, okay. Well, at least you're willing to own
No,
that you're
it
lazy.
is. It is. I mean, I don't really know how else to describe it, but it was one of those things where it's just like this is a great opportunity, but also it requires me to have to. It's
Put
the
an
travel
effort.
anxiety.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff that I've gotten over in the last year. I've been making a lot of great strides in that. Just,
Yeah.
not to You know, I mean, you're not a therapist or nothing. But
Well, we might as well. Are you
honestly,
somebody who's scared to fly?
I've never been in an airplane.
Okay, that's why that
But
makes
I
perfect
would-
sense
I
in
would
terms of
do
your
it.
anxiety
You
for
would do it?
travel.
I would do it,
Yeah.
because that's the whole thing is like, I realize it seems like a very obvious realization. The best way to get over that stuff is just the whole
Yep,
immersion
feel the
therapy.
fear,
You just
do it
got to
anyway.
do it. Just
Yeah, no.
do
In
the
that
damn
case,
thing.
you
Do that. You're
you
right,
do
do-
because
So-
I mean it is actually statistically. I forget what the statistics are now,
Yeah.
but it's really, really, really safe to
But
fly.
do you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think a lot of comedians though they have that social anxiety, which is kind
A
of
little
stupid
bit.
because we get up in front of people.
Well,
But
and-
I'm like terrible.
And that's why I don't do like comedy festivals or like competitions or
Mhm.
contests or things, because
Mhm.
it's like, what if I place higher than somebody who I feel deserves it more? Or what
Right,
if I
right.
don't
Oh,
what if
Okay,
I
I
don't
get
do
that.
well
I get
because
that.
comedy's so subjective? What if you
Right.
get judges that just aren't into your brand of comedy?
mhm.
Mhm.
Because like I've had jokes that have gotten like crickets at Tolly's but get uproarious laughter at Bears or
Right.
you know, other places.
Oh, sure.
So then it's
Absolutely.
like I do that and it's just like I'm not doing comedy ever again because I did awful. Bye. It's just one of those things where it's like when I tell people I don't do comedy contests, I feel so friggin' like snobby or like bougie, where it's like I don't believe in competition because it's my art. But it's one of those things where it's like no, it's just like it's just one of
the
those where it's like
anxiety.
It makes
it's
sense
the whole
to
thing
me.
of like I know that I'm funny. I have the
Mhm.
proof. I
Yeah.
hope.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's like I don't like making a competition out of it, which I know
Mhm.
sounds weird because that's also how you get noticed.
Mhm.
Shout out to Ryan Niemiller, like dude on America's Got Talent, like he's hitting it. But like I would like literally as soon as Howie Mandel would like look at me and be like, I don't know, man, I'd be like, yo, make another season of Bobby's World, you bald bitch. So like I don't know if I can make that work.
Right.
I would
right.
probably not be asked to return. But I don't know, and that's the thing. It's like it's with comedy. It's the whole reason why I'm not really super like I got to make this a career because it's like when it boils down to
It's
it,
your stress relief.
it's a stress relief,
Yes.
and also it's why I think a lot of people like the Terre Haute scene too, not to just like
yeah, no, you're
you know,
chill and great
people are
crowd.
like, man, you guys aren't cliquey, you guys, and I was like,
Right.
no,
You
yeah,
guys are
because we're
so-
just trying to just friggin' hang out with our
and have
friends
fun
and just
but,
dick
like,
around and
right.
tell jokes. Like we're not because we're just happy that a scene actually exists in Terre Haute,
Right.
like with
Yeah,
what we
absolutely.
have.
respect.
I'm with you on the
So,
clicky.
That's the thing. Like it's and I haven't really. Luckily, I have not been on like the bad side of that, but that's also because I haven't been to those places. I haven't had those experiences. But from what I've heard, I'm like, I like just being in my little corner of in Terre Haute.
Vaguely, what have you heard? Because it's interesting that you say that, and something.
There's
that-
just
well-
certain things of times where like people have been like the new guy on the block where they've been like, oh hey, good set. People be like, okay, and just kind of like got blown off.
Or they pretend not
and
to
it's,
hear
and
you.
it's,
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
hard to
It's
like
very we're in the Midwest.
without.
But why
and
be
that's the
clicky
thing.
about it? I mean,
And that's the
why
thing.
you gotta hate on somebody else's stuff?
And that's-
though?
That's
Well,
I'm gonna get blacklisted from big cities.
No,
But no, it's one of those-
We've
it's one of-
discussed this multiple
It's,
times.
it's one of
We
those
keep-
things where I
Yeah.
feel like it needs to be discussed sometimes
Yeah,
because
Absolutely.
literally people have been like, well, why don't we have any new comedians coming out here? It's like, well, because you're alienating them because you're trying to be a big man, puff out your chest like you're hot shit. And it's just like, no, literally. And that's why whenever, we have new people come up and we're just like, yeah, do it. I'll get it.
Right? I mean, you guys have always tried to
Literally,
treat us great.
The only
Yes.
time I've only ever denied somebody stage time one time.
Mhm.
And it was because the person was very clear, just like, I got some
Way
freaking
too.
jokes
Yeah.
for you.
And those
Oh,
that
I'm
God.
gonna
we
get up here and I'm gonna tell my whole life's a joke. I was like, this man had clearly been drinking since like 3 o'clock
Right.
last week.
That's the
Yeah.
last thing
No,
you want to
exactly.
do. Is
And
get
And
that's
you
the
can't-
only,
and
and that's what's hard for a host because I never would deny anybody stage time.
But you're
But sometimes
supposed
it's like
to.
this guy has no business being on a
Mhm.
microphone because
It's
I've
a
learned that.
liability.
Never got
It's
it
a
back.
liability.
I found that the hard way where it's
Oh,
like,
sh-
I'll give you 3 minutes, and then 3 minutes was up, and the guy was like, but I'm in the middle of a joke.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
you're
it's going.
also very drunk, sir.
Yeah.
I need you off the stage. We're trying
What's-
to start karaoke.
Right?
Which is helpful that we have karaoke after. At first,
Best karaoke.
they actually
Oh.
won Best Karaoke in the Tribune Star Awards for the City of
Nice.
Terre Haute.
It's
California.
true.
Up
It
at
is.
It's like I'm wearing a tie. It's
You're like, But
feel
you
like I should go to Rodney
'cause,
Dangerfield.
like
That's
the
what I was
ladies that
getting
run
the
it are awesome,
best.
and they're great singers. And then everybody that comes out, including yourself, I'm
Mhm.
just
We have
Blown-
a fellow.
blown away.
We actually there's a girl coming on here
Okay.
next month.
Lisa,
That's
right?
Yes,
Lisa Wood?
Lisa. I
Love
heard
her.
that first. Well, she's doing comedy. She's actually pretty funny.
She's done comedy like 2 or 3 times.
I know. She's just naturally funny, and
She
she can
is.
sing. So I was like,
She's
what
a
the hell?
natural
And she's
performer.
pretty.
She's a wonderful singer.
So maybe, hopefully, hey, bring some music when you come, Lisa.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we'll totally put it on. But yeah, I met her there.
Yeah. And it's just a good atmosphere. I
It
just
is.
love the place.
I love it.
It's
Yeah,
just
but
it's a little
I'm with you
humbling.
I
on the
love the
clicky stuff.
camaraderie.
Yeah.
And see, for me, having started in Shanghai, China, abroad there, it's at the time in 2017 there were only 2 comedy clubs, and so but there were comics that were from LA.
Yeah.
Like one of the clubs was started by I forget his name now, but he's a comic out of LA, just lives in Shanghai.
Yeah.
And they're so warm, they're so welcoming. I mean, a big part of it is because we're all like expats and we're, in a foreign country.
Yeah.
But it really showed we know this happens like in LA where you've got art collectives
Mhm.
and people collaborate, and then you get kind of to the Midwest, which is rather cold, and I find it discouraging that I don't understand why people don't
That's-
collaborate more.
That's what I don't get when people are trying to be like, oh
Right.
yeah, we're in the big time. It's like, well, you're still in Indiana.
Exactly.
Calm
Very
down.
Good point. Good
Like
point.
you're not exactly at
I mean,
at
why
the
you gotta be?
improv
Yeah,
here,
there's
Chief.
never a
There's
reason to be a
enough,
dick about
like,
any of that.
Yeah.
types of comedy that all of us
Yeah, everybody's
Yeah.
there's
can
enough
like
pie to
have
go
a piece
around.
of the pie.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
So as an artist, like because I
Think
used to
win-win.
draw and whatnot. Yeah. it's-
Yeah. I
So
mean,
shame
it's-
on you, haters out there.
Yeah.
Drop your ego and add to the scene. I mean,
We only
Yeah.
spread love. That's what
Well,
what
and-
attracted me to Jacklyn, because I just felt that
Aw.
like personality wise, she exudes love and acceptance.
Yeah.
Which is what we're all about.
Why?
is
What the hell? I feel like you
inclusivity.
guys are you trying to bring me to tears?
Well,
today?
we just
Damn,
we
you
do-
guys.
we address
Yeah.
this probably with every guest in some way, shape, or form,
Yeah.
because it is. And you coming from Terre Haute,
Mhm.
and
like,
you
we
heard
hate-
about the scene.
yeah, and we hate the fact, like, because living in Indianapolis, like that's not the representation of what an art scene should be.
No,
Yeah.
I agree.
And so
And that's also just like the weird thing about it is like Terre Haute had like a little like pop punk music scene for a while, like when I was in like
I'm
high
not
school and
surprised.
college.
I'm not surprised.
And there's this Onion article that goes around. It's an Onion article. It was written in like I want to say like 2004.
That's so
that's
cool.
It resurfaces every couple of years, and it literally just says,
Well-
"Band actually believes there is a Terre Haute sound."
There was. I
And
followed
I'm just
Render
like-
One, and they were from Terre Haute. And
Okay.
shout out to the old numbers. They were about to get signed by Disney, Warner Brothers.
Okay.
Render One. So I know all about that scene because that was
Yeah.
when I was in high school, and I actively folled all over
Yeah.
this Great Lakes. Like, so I know.
So
know what you're
that's
talking
why
about.
like
It's good music.
I really want to just continue doing the comedy thing because
Yeah.
like it's cool that like you're not have someone who grew up there.
Mhm.
I would not call Terre Haute really a place of arts and culture that much
Right. Okay.
unless you're in the scene.
Mhm.
Right.
Because I mean, it's a place that it's like birthplace of the Coca-Cola bottle, and we had like all this cool stuff with like gangsters and Wabash River and everything was like,
Yeah,
awesome, and
that's
like
right.
Dillinger used to come through, and then you got railroaded too much, which totally tracks.
Right.
And now it's just like, oh, we have the Shy Diesel Fest, and it's literally just a bunch of rednecks and diesel trucks running people off the road and not tipping their servers. So like,
That's. I'm
Well,
not surprised. I
you
lived
know
in
what you
Terre
need
Haute.
at that point is just a big bag of potatoes. You just drop.
Throw 'em.
No,
I lived
you
in-
put them in the
I lived in
tailpipe.
Terre Haute for a year in 1995.
Yeah.
It was that great that we moved to Indianapolis in 96, and from 96 up until 2018, my dad commuted to and from Terre Haute every day. But it had nothing to do with fellow Hoosiers.
How about
Really,
say
it's so
1990
lucky to get you out here.
I-
Man.
the world just gave me to you, I guess.
Oh my God, destiny.
1995, I have to say, was a really good year.
To
Why
be in
was
Terre
19
Haute.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I was at Vigo County Head Start. Dad.
Is that?
I was in preschool. I was watching Power Rangers all day, so I didn't give a crap.
I
what
went to
happened.
Lost Creek. That's where I went for 5th grade. I loved
Right
it.
on.
Well, we are. Do we have enough time to tie me up?
Oh, yes, we
Oh.
will, but we
Anticipated.
want to get the plugins first.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Sorry,
Yeah, we have to
I went
talk
on my
about-
whole like Terre Haute.
Yeah,
rant. I'm so
Fabulous.
sorry.
Thank you for sharing.
You
Yes,
learned more
thank
about the
you
city of
for
Terre
sharing.
Haute than you
We saw the
probably
hearts
ever asked
flying.
for.
Yes. From,
Yes.
So yeah, plugged. I mean, we got Tolly's Bar and Grill every
Mhm.
Friday at 8 p.m. Those are show up, go up open mics hosted by me.
Mhm.
We have a monthly open mic on Wednesdays. It's the last Wednesday of the month at
Last
the Verve.
Wednesday of the month.
That's on
Mhm.
7th and Wabash in
7th and
downtown
Wabash.
Terre Haute.
Okay.
Those are hosted by Dick Bean.
He said Dick. I'm
Actual
sorry.
name.
And Bean at the end of it. I just giggle at the Bean part.
Well,
So,
you know what, man? You got an awesome name.
Yeah.
Reminds
And so that's what we got. As far as just like the open mics things going on in Terre Haute.
Yeah.
If anything changes, I'll let you know if we have any fun events coming up. We're doing a
Okay.
little maybe birthday roast of
Oh,
me
that's right. You
in
have.
August
yes.
for my birthday.
Okay,
so that'll be-
wait. What is your birthday?
My birthday, the actual day of my birthday is August 22nd. We're doing
That
it
makes
the
you
following
a
day.
Gemini.
I'm a Leo.
No, no.
Leo.
Leo.
Oh,
Yeah, 'cause we're
okay.
a Cancer.
Well, that
month.
makes sense. That
As
makes
you
sense
are,
with the way that
Already
you are
couldn't
very-
tell.
Yeah.
With
Okay, I
how
get to-
loud and sensitive I am.
Oh, right. I see that.
But yeah, so then we're gonna be doing a little, get shindig. So you get to see
They're
some of
gonna
Terre
roast
Haute.
you.
Yeah, some of the Terre
Yeah.
Haute comedians.
Is there free cake?
I hope so. I don't know. Alyssa, the Tolly's crew gets me a cake.
Huh.
And then so not only will you see some of the Terre Haute comedians roasting me, some of the Tolly's crew
Oh,
are
fun.
getting in on it.
Nice.
So we'll get them on stage and let them talk some mad shit at me.
Mhm.
So with love, of course.
Oh,
as
absolutely.
these roasts go.
Always with
They're a
love.
nice bunch there.
So
They are.
yeah, and we'll be doing that. It'll be fun. It'll be a good time.
When at Tolly's when?
It'll be Tolly's August 23rd.
And
August
is that everybody invited?
I guess so. Sure.
We're gonna
August
pack the
23rd.
That's-
place
that's
at
up.
least a little roast.
That's not going to be an open mic, obviously, because
Obviously.
we don't
No.
have that kind of time. But yeah, if y'all want to come hang out,
I'll be
then,
there.
And roast them?
yeah.
I'll do.
I don't need to roast you.
If you
I'll
don't
just be
roast
there.
me
Well,
on
we've
stage,
seen
you can
once.
talk as much crap about me as you want. For every shot that you buy me, you can say one mean thing about me.
Oh my
boy.
God, you're gonna have to carry him out of there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
You're
get
gonna
a
be an
stretcher,
expensive
like
date.
park it in the back.
Luckily, I'm small. So all right, let's.
travel size.
Okay, so we have we are doing a demonstration because I had told her very early on that
Yes.
I was going to teach her how to get tied up.
Yes.
not not me tie myself up.
Right, the
but-
proper way to tie up
Tie.
a person. So what we're going to do is we're going to move these out of the way.
Really, it's only because I told her I was gonna go
And
sailing or
we're just
whatever.
going to put that down
I
there.
need to know.
So we're going to have her hands just right up here.
Hold on,
Yes.
Let's do this. Okay, my hands. All right,
All right.
and this is all consent, voluntary.
She's
I
consenting
have
to this.
actually been so
So
curious.
We've done
and
like
I
a slip knot
trust-
right here.
I trust nobody more than I trust Jacklyn to do this.
And we actually have been
Literally.
really looking forward to doing this
Yes.
with you. We planned it, and we're really glad
So
that
okay, as you put the knot. Okay,
here. Let go.
Huh?
You all are in the praying stage here. We don't want to pray yet.
okay.
All right, we're just gonna go this way.
Let's do it.
We're gonna open your hands because we don't want to hurt you. All right.
Oh, I fence. So unless you're hitting me with a metal object, you can't hurt me.
No, that's good to know.
Yes.
And we're gonna do a square knot here because we don't want you to get loose, right? Definitely don't want you to get loose.
I am sneaky. So
You are sneaky. We have something else for her too.
Yes. So,
So-
we'll give this a couple seconds here.
All right.
okay.
Hold on. All right.
Wow, how many times do you tie it?
We want to make sure that we really have her.
Yeah.
So we prep something.
That's what's that.
Okay, we need you to put your hands down here
yeah.
because we've prepped something. All right, let's go ahead. She is. You can't see it, but she is tied to the
I'm
table.
tied to underneath.
Yeah,
Here, you can have that. just like that.
Just go with it. Wait, how do we get it to work?
It just velcros on, so it just
Okay.
slips right in there,
Oh,
like
I
so.
see. Well,
Nice.
okay, hold on.
I have never
this.
been
We wanted to make you a Lego.
This is the coolest leg. Oh, but my nose hurts.
Okay.
Is
right.
this how
Just don't
Marshmallow
move.
Just
feels
let it-
every
just
time
don't
he wears
move.
his mask?
Yeah, just don't move.
Just,
You guys, this was a really great
this is
show.
great.
You can hit
Yeah.
that light right
Thank
there.
everybody.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye.
And yes, so my name is Ellen L. Kizik, and I am running for U.S. Congress in the 5th District of Indiana. And I am a Lego, but human on the inside.
Okay, guys, we're gonna leave her now. We're heading out
Thank
for a
you.
drink. You guys, bye.
Bye.
See you guys next week. Bye.